stuff.
I mean, hell, dude, you might even sell some T-shirts if you had them there.
At Punk Rock Flea Market, I totally would have, because my friend who had her booth set up, she was selling fucking shirts and hoodies like left, right, and center, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And especially like these latest dragons I've been doing that are like more the traditional tattoo kind of style.
Yeah. They look
They
sick
lend
on the shirt.
Yeah, they
shirt.
lend themselves to shirts, and I
Yeah.
can get them screen printed hopefully. So
Hell yeah.
maybe we'll see.
Yeah. Down the road.
But
Who
thank
knows?
you for asking both. I know
welcome.
both you guys asked.
Yeah.
Mikey asked before as well, so thank you guys for checking.
No, my pleasure, dude.
That's fucking right. I'm the better one.
Yeah. Mikey asked first.
I asked first.
Mikey asked first.
I asked first.
We'll see how this episode goes. If you think you're the better one.
All right, do the fucking clap.
Are we snippy snap ready?
Snippy snap.
I think I broke it, by the way.
Hey Jordy, give me the clap.
Is that from this?
No.
Oh,
No.
just in general?
That's fucking
I
gross.
just assume when you say something when we're prepping for an episode that it's something I missed from said
No,
anime.
it's just a dirty STD joke.
Oh, okay.
It's
Cool.
technically called STIs now.
Cool.
And welcome
I
back
broke this, by the way.
to Anime Shmanime, where apparently we are talking about dirty STIs now.
This is a really
And-
weird way to introduce this super cute, wholesome anime we're covering today.
But it kind of tracks only because we have the hottest waifu in anime 2022.
Mikey, she's in grade school, man.
Fuck you. You know exactly who I'm talking about.
We do. Your fucking
We're
Forger.
well aware of your waifu for life, Yor Forger.
Yor Forger.
We're well aware.
But I will give special shout out to one of the cutest, most wholesome,
Yes.
loving, endearing
Yeah.
characters in anime history, Anya
Yes.
Forger.
She's right up your alley.
Definitely. Oh, she belongs in Dragon Maid.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
does.
She
She
so
would
belongs
be.
in Dragon
she,
Maid.
Yeah.
Oh my god, her
Yeah.
and Kana would be the best
Yeah.
of friends.
She also kind of...
I'll talk about it later, but Anya and Becky, Kana and Saikawa are like not
Yeah.
identical, but like very
Sure.
similar energy.
Yes,
I
very
also
similar
got
energy.
fucking Cardcaptor and Tomoyo vibes from the two of them.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. It's such
Look
a
at this
show.
weeb over here.
Look at you.
He remembered the
referencing
names.
card
One of them.
captors.
I remember one of them.
Tomoyo.
Yeah.
That's the important
Dude.
one.
Yeah, it sounds like tomato.
That
It does.
That's
it
what I
does.
remember.
It does.
Yeah.
But no,
Oh my
if
God.
anybody remembers, we did a
Yeah.
waifu episode,
yes.
and Mikey ranked Ms. Yor Forger quite high.
oh,
Mrs. Yor
yeah.
Forger.
Ms.
No, she's soon to be your Lee.
Wow.
They're not
sorry,
like
baby, if you're
official.
watching
They're
this.
not really married.
But her name is Forger, which is his
Yeah.
name.
Yeah, but they're technically not official. Anyways, we're gonna spoil the shit out of it if you're just tuning in for the first time.
Yeah.
That's what we do. We review
do.
it. We spoil it. We try to get Jordy to love as much of this as we do.
Yeah.
But yeah,
What are we spoiling? We didn't even say the name of it yet.
Spy Family.
Spy X Family.
Fine, fuck it.
Asshole could not help
That's
himself.
the name of it.
Spy X Family, Spy
Yes.
Family, whichever one you want to go with. It's fucking awesome. And what's funny too, for me, this one was like a real pleasant surprise because I did not know going into this that it was going to be kind of slice of lifey,
Interesting.
right? Because I thought, oh, I'm going to get assassin, spy, and like psychic girl. What?
I
like,
had those same thoughts too.
Yeah. And so
Also was surprised.
yeah.
The other word you said I wouldn't add to my experience.
Not pleasantly. Yeah. Okay, so there was a moment where I wasn't pleasantly surprised because it was so like not what I was expecting. But then as I got into it more and more, I was
Yeah.
like, yes, I'm very pleasantly surprised because it's so endearing and it's so sweet and it's so cute and it's like. You're so hot.
Wow, Mikey. Nice. I'm looking forward to this episode.
I don't know. I don't know if I don't think I was caught off guard by it. I mean, I think once I saw Anya's character design, I was pretty confident that this wasn't going to be a purely serious endeavor.
Yeah.
No.
I didn't think purely either.
Yeah.
I didn't think this far into
What
wholesomeness.
what I will say is like, yeah, there were definitely stretches of the show where I'm like, wow, like we haven't really touched on like the spy mission shit in
or
a
like
while.
anything at all has occurred. Like,
it's like you're right. Like they went harder in slice of life than in the spy stuff.
Yeah.
Whereas they could have gone 50-50.
at least
They could have.
a little bit more in the other
I don't know. I don't know if I would have liked it more or less.
We're
but
gonna have an interesting episode.
But
guys.
I think it could have still worked as a show.
Yeah.
If they had more spy shit, and just pulled back a little bit on the slice of life stuff.
Yeah.
See, what I would have wanted, not so much more with the spy stuff. I would have wanted more your assassination stuff.
Just generally more plot would have been nice for me. Like a little bit more of a story at all.
It was okay. I like the slice of life, right? But what I did miss is just I guess
Yor being hot,
being just fucking badass,
Wearing this outfit at all, except for like the first time you meet her.
Yeah, but
So
like,
everybody
I mean,
knows now Mikey's opinions for the rest of the episode
Yeah. You're going to hear it a bunch more times.
are fueled by his boner for Yor.
No, it is not. The series is not just about Yor. Anya is fucking awesome. She has a lot of funny faces that she makes.
She's got a super hot mom.
Right?
That's something about Anya. Yeah.
Yeah. Anya's mom's really got it going on.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
And Sir Borf is pretty cool too.
I do like Mr. Bond.
Yeah, I do like Mr. Bond.
He's so cute.
He's cute.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay, so Spy X Family is Third Rock from the Suns meets The Americans.
I haven't watched The Americans.
Oh, it's a great show about spies infiltrating
Yeah.
into American culture.
Okay.
Yeah, it is.
And Third Rock from the Sun,
I've seen Third Rock from the Sun plenty. I grew
Yeah.
up watching it.
they have to pretend to be regular humans, but they're aliens.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a stretch because
The
they're
Naked
very
Gun?
much real humans.
Naked Gun?
A little Naked Gun, I guess.
Yeah?
A little bit. Yeah.
right. Fuck
It's
me.
tough.
Fuck me, I guess.
Yeah, fuck you.
No, you know what though? It's tough. It's tough, man, because I feel like the mashup of genres that this kind of has on display is very Japanese, dude.
Sure. Yeah,
It's
yeah,
very anime
Yes.
to be blending the slice of life with the action. You know.
Well, you haven't seen The Americans, but it's pretty spot on.
Is it?
It's
Yeah.
all like
Okay.
fabricated marriage and family in order to
Okay, cool.
infiltrate, the
Totally.
American culture.
More so speaking to the Third Rock from the Sun thing. That was I don't know
I
if
mean,
I get that.
it's there if you want it. Great show
was a
from when we were
stretch.
kids. if you
Great
like
show.
it.
You really also just aged us to our audience. by the way.
I'm old, so
Yeah.
Third Rock from the Sun
Well,
was great.
we are technically elder weebs, so
Yeah.
But
Ancient weebs, senior weebs.
Fuck you
Yeah.
guys. I'm
a
fucking
novice
young as
elder
fuck.
weeb.
Asians don't raisin, all right?
I'm not that thing.
No.
that you
I'm
said.
not going to comment.
Yeah.
Well, I just look like an asshole.
I mean,
But a smooth asshole.
A smooth asshole.
Yeah.
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 speaking of a smooth ass,
Yes.
Lloyd.
But- Lloyd.
he works out.
He must work
He
out.
must work out. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, you know what was surprising that I learned about this show, though, is
Yeah.
apparently the creator of this show actually doesn't like his work. He didn't.
Same.
Because he wrote it. Fuck you. He wrote it. He wrote it apparently during like a writer's block.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know how much he wrote, to be honest with you.
Yeah, he wrote.
He created some characters and a concept.
Yeah, but I mean, it goes to show how like, you know, the things that you may not like yourself,
Yeah.
other people really enjoy.
That's true.
Right? And you
I'll give you
shouldn't
that.
discredit all of your stuff.
I mean, Nirvana Nevermind is an album that they hated, but everyone else loves. My favorite Deftones album is the one they say they don't like.
So speaking about aging ourselves again, guys.
Yeah, I did that again. I did that again. Listen to Saturday Night Wrist, everybody. It's a great record, even if they say they didn't like it.
But those are great albums. So at the end of the day,
you very much.
yeah, but like I mean, that's the thing, and I love how surprising it is when, especially like I said, it was such a nice surprise later on when I really got into it. It was like, oh, you get invested in these characters, and you really hope Anya's like gonna make it and gonna do something, get those fucking stars and those badges, and yeah.
I thought it was pretty brilliantly put together as far as like blending Anya's nonsensical school life with with the mission at hand.
Sure.
Like
Yeah.
they were very good at reminding you routinely that like Anya's got a part to play in this plot. It's not just what dumb shit does Anya do at school today?
Yeah.
It is that.
It is that.
But it's also like,
but
you
the
know,
dumb shit she does
is she gonna
has
blow
an effect.
it?
Yeah.
Is she gonna blow it for the big story at large here? And that was a through line all the way from the beginning to the end.
Except
and
that
to
you
me,
know,
it ties it really nicely together.
Except that you know that they're never going to blow it.
No.
It's always going to work out for them in the end.
Well, I mean, you know exactly that it's going to because it's that kind of story,
Exactly.
which is great because sometimes a little predictability is nice.
Well,
But-
I think where it's going to get serialized is this mission will end, and then they'll get a new mission.
Well,
yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
I don't know how long it'll take.
No, but I mean, they've already
We're already
announced-
25 episodes in and they just met the guy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the other thing though is they've already announced the second season.
Yeah.
And they've already announced a movie.
Yeah.
Right. So going in, we know that we're gonna get more automatically, which
Yeah.
is really nice. I think the other thing that I'm surprised that you didn't really pick up on, it is being a dad yourself.
Oh, I picked up on that. I picked up on that a lot.
Right?
Yeah.
Like you got Loid who's a master spy,
Yeah.
doesn't normally work with kids,
Right.
and has to become a father figure and learn what it is to be a father, and not only a father that has a mission, but a good father.
Is he a good father?
The father.
Their father.
Is he a good father, though?
I think so.
We'll talk about that later on.
Dude, are you fucking kidding
We'll
me
talk
right
about
now?
that later on,
Dude, oh my god.
We'll talk about it, dude.
I have some mixed feelings about Loid as well.
Same, dude. Big
no,
time.
no,
Big time mixed feelings about Loid.
Yeah, he does some things and says certain things and rationalizes certain things in his head where I'm like, dude,
You don't think other parents
you've
have
grown,
done any mental
you've
gymnastics?
grown,
Here's the thing,
you've-
dude.
I like, to me, he's grown beyond the way he's thinking about things, especially towards the end of the season. I'm like, we've seen enough growth out of you that you shouldn't still be thinking this way, Mr. Forger, but he does.
So here's the thing:
Yeah,
is
but
that
he's
like
conditioned to.
two
I
of the
know.
three of them
Sad.
are leaning more towards family than mission.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
One of the three of them
Is not.
is all mission.
Still.
Yeah.
Even by the very end of the season,
Yeah.
is still 100% fueled by the mission.
And I'll say,
But he has to be.
to the detriment of his relationships with both of those family members.
It will be.
But,
It hasn't been yet.
No.
But
But
it's kind of already in ways.
we're okay. We're gonna get into this, guys. Holy fuck!
It's supposed to be a short episode, guys.
We'll make it short. We'll make it
Yeah,
quick.
yeah.
We'll try not to get weedy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Do you want to jump right into Senpai's Corner? Mikey, do you have more to get angry
No,
about?
no. We're gonna get
Save
into
it.
it later. I'm
Okay.
gonna save it. Holy fuck.
Senpai's Corner, Jay. Give us the goods.
So, Spy X Family
Thank you.
is a Japanese manga series written and illustrated by Tatsuya Endo. The story follows a spy who has to build a family to execute a mission, not realizing that the girl he adopts as his daughter is a telepath, and the woman he agrees to be in a marriage with is a skilled assassin. The series has been serialized bi-weekly on Shueisha's Shonen Jump Plus application and website since March 2019, with the chapters collected in 10 tankobon volumes as of October 2022. And it was licensed in North America by Viz Media. Everybody knows Viz.
Shout out to Viz.
What do I know Viz from?
They've put out
fuck.
like so much.
Yeah, I like how
much.
what happened.
What hasn't? Yeah. What haven't they had a hand in?
All right. I don't know.
One of
Anyways,
those. One
okay,
of those.
sure, sure, sure.
Yeah,
conglomerates.
especially if you're a manga reader, like
Okay.
yeah.
Cool.
But yeah, so on November 1st, 2021, a website opened to announce an anime television series adaptation produced by Wit Studio and Cloverworks. Wit Studio, Attack on Titan, the first like 3 seasons before Mappa took over. Wit has done a lot of awesome stuff. I think they also did the first season of Vinland Saga.
Vinland Saga.
And yeah, so like they're just fucking heavy hitters, really, really good with their animation. This series would probably have been like almost like a step back for them as far as what they had to execute on compared to what they've had to execute on in the past, detail intensity wise. This is more of a
yeah, I see what you're saying.
a safer, more comfortable,
Yeah.
fun
Yeah.
endeavor for the studio, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Coming off of AOT, I mean,
Yeah,
come on.
AOT or even Vinland Saga. There's a lot more detail, and
Absolutely.
especially like facial structures and designs in that anime.
So yeah, super awesome studios behind it. And the series was directed by Kazuhiro Furuhashi, with character designs handled by Kazuaki Shimida, and music produced by No Name. I don't know. That's just no, but like
They weren't proud enough
no,
about
but like
it to put their
knowledge,
name
no,
on it.
like KNOW.
I thought you were just saying
No
they didn't
name.
like it enough and they didn't want to put their name on it in the end. Like, remove my name from that.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
But yeah, and then as Mikey was saying, on December 18th, 2022, a second season and a theatrical film were announced at the Jump Festa 23 event and will both premiere in 2023.
Let's go.
Which is crazy that a
go.
second season is coming that quickly.
Yes.
Especially since first season was 2 halves released both in 2022, right?
Yeah,
right.
it is fall and winter, right? And then, I mean, this is what, second week of the new year, and
Yeah.
like we're gonna get it this year. Fucking
quick.
bomb.
And the film will contain an original story written by Tetsuya Endo, who will also supervise the production and provide original character designs.
You know, it's almost as if it's like there's not much to it, and it's really easy for them to just like throw away a whole season of it. And
But this is a feel good anime. That's the thing. This isn't not like okay, we just came off of Chainsaw Man that took us 2 hours to get through,
Yeah.
and we went
know.
into the depth of like Denji's character.
We did.
This one it is a feel good, fluffy anime that you just want to put on. It's comforting.
And let's be honest, okay? If you're into that, this is top notch for you.
Yes.
If you're not into that, it's going to be hard to get through this whole season, 25 episodes. And that's really where we're going to keep getting in the weeds over and over and over again, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
For some people, it's just going to be too silly,
Yeah.
and that's fine.
Or like empty or something. Like there just wasn't much there for me to enjoy. Anyways, we'll get into it.
I watched the first season very casual, or the first half of the first season very casually, and then I watched the second half every week, basically, that it came out one at a time.
Yeah.
I really loved that format as far as once a week sitting down. And again, we've talked about this in other slice of life shows, and
Yeah.
you know, Dragon Maid is another example where if you could just pop into that show once in a while as like
I might not hate it.
as like a decompression kind of just relax kind of thing, it's
Yeah.
a really fun, you know, 20 minutes on your Saturday morning or whatever.
I can see
right?
that. I had to power through it.
I was gonna
So,
say sitting and binging
We're
is tough.
supposed to watch this
I tried, dude.
simulcast.
I tried,
like you were
man.
supposed to watch it week by week.
You know, my life
Yeah.
is what my life is. I'm not going to make excuses, but you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. One thing I noticed about this show that lends itself to what Jay's talking about popping in and out is that each show, it's like you're in between 2 episodes. Do you notice that? How the first half of each episode is the last half of the previous, and the second half of the episode is the first half of the next. You're never right between a whole storyline. You're
Yeah.
always in between 2.
That's a very classic way of releasing episodes.
Is it?
Though. Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
The
there's tons
manga
of
would have
stuff.
been structured very similarly. The manga's not written in anime episode format.
Right. True. Fair enough.
Things just happen in the manga.
Yeah.
And the anime producers now have to find a way to fit these events into
Yeah.
a way that flows well as an anime.
Totally.
Totally different format.
Yeah, I just thought it was interesting because they could have just shifted everything from here to here, and then each little story is contained, but they
Exactly.
didn't. They shifted it half and half on purpose because then they get their hooks in you. They're greedy little meat hooks in you. They get you for the next one.
Yeah,
They
did.
do.
Yeah.
They did.
Anyway, so we can talk about the world, which there's not much to talk about. It's just Japan. There's a spy situation going on,
Whoa,
What,
you
you
think
think
this
this
is
is
Japan? You think
Japan?
this is just Japan?
and then spies.
This is what?
What else is going on?
What?
This
Oh
is
my
Europe, dude.
Lord.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I just assumed that all anime is in Japan.
Yo, what?
Why-
I mean, he
why is
watched
that
it on
such
the
a big
small
deal, though?
screen.
Why
I
is that
guess.
such a
I
big
don't
deal?
know.
Because are you kidding me? If it was in Japan, culturally everything would be different. Everybody would be acting differently. There would be different manuals. This is Europe. Not
Okay.
to mention there's a Cold War happening.
Yeah.
There's-
Okay.
Did you look at like the streets or
Not
like
really.
the,
No, not
the
really.
architecture of any of the buildings or
No,
anything?
not really.
It's like super prominent that it basically looks like a blend of like Germany and Italy.
Sure. Well,
Yes.
didn't they make up their own made-up country? Like it's not really any real place.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
yeah,
yeah.
it's not. Yeah, but at the
West
same time,
Dallas
Yeah.
Yeah.
is the name. But it's like you're talking
You're
about
right.
like
it's more.
but you're talking
English
about like the
than
West,
Japanese,
the
yeah.
West, like Europe, and then like the East, like Russia, like you know what I mean. Like there's a lot of these
Yeah, you're right.
Euro political
Yeah,
themes.
it was lost on me. I
That's a
missed it.
shame, dude.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I don't think it would have made a difference.
Well, no, but like this always raises the question every single time this happens that if that's lost on you,
Yeah.
what else is lost on you?
Probably a lot.
And
Let's
how is
find
that?
out.
And how is that affecting your enjoyment of these shows?
Maybe. Let's find out.
boom, mic drop.
Let's find out.
Senpai fucking owns
Here's
you.
another thing that I didn't find.
He's trying to talk his way out of it.
I'm just ready to take whatever you guys are throwing at me on this
You're
one.
just moving on. Mikey's just fucking laying in.
Well, I'll move on to another fun one for you guys. Another thing that didn't impress me that much was the art. I thought it was fine. It didn't impress me. It wasn't mind-blowing. It was just like a regular old anime cartoon.
Okay, so I will agree with you that it's not like the most stylistically, that it was as impressive as something like, Chainsaw Man or where character designs are really different. But this is also just so clean and so cute.
Clean, I'll give you.
Very clean.
Anya was very cute. I'll give you that too.
Yor just also has that appeal.
What kind of appeal, Mikey?
Oh, lots of good appeal.
Sex
she can
appeal.
stab me with those fucking thingies all she wants. Lore has that clean cut look, right? It's very nice, very well done.
I think I see where Jordy's coming from, or in the sense that like the actual execution of the art is fine. It's good. They did just great. What's really exceptional, I think, from an art standpoint, is character design in this. Is that even though they're not going super wild and super crazy, but like Anya looks incredibly unique from the other students in her school.
Yes,
Totally.
absolutely.
Damien looks very different. Damien's two henchmen.
Yes, especially those two.
Onion and Corncob Head.
They're weird looking, dude.
Right?
Yeah,
But
They annoyed me.
Becky looks different. You know what I mean?
Becky looks different too.
Wait, what's a corn? Corn in the husk?
We're not going there.
We're not going there. The principal, Mr. Elegant of the school, right? Looks very unique. Damien's father is a very unique facial structure. You know what I mean? Like Fuzzhead, the glasses that Anya always likes to give a hard time to.
Yeah.
He has an incredibly unique.
You're right.
The
I'll give you
character
that.
design here, I think, is top notch.
I'll give you that.
But
yeah.
just you're not seeing like this super labor intensive polished art form. You're seeing just as good as they needed it to be.
Yeah.
And also good,
and they do it clean, right?
and also good enough to nail all of those tropes that they're hitting, where when somebody's really sullen or really down on themselves, they'll illustrate them really shaded dark, really gray, and they'll put the lines through and stuff, and they'll really crank up the dramatic animation on just that character. For sure. It's played for laughs, right? But they can actually flex that muscle when they need to.
True. Well, it's
Yeah.
a comedy.
Do it.
It's a comedy at its heart, right? And it's got all those comedy
that's
tropes.
what I mean when it comes around to the action, when it comes around to the serious stuff, because there is a little bit of action sprinkled in here.
Yeah.
It's done really, really, really well.
Yeah.
You're reminded that this is a huge fucking studio behind this
Yes,
show in those moments. I
absolutely.
think.
And the fact that it's a little bit more simplistic, and like you were saying, when they do go from like one emotion to another, they can crank it up, and that dichotomy really punches it in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Right. So while this was airing, there was another show called Beast Tamer or something like that. I can't remember what the full.
Sounds horrible.
It was actually pretty good. No. But anyways, it was actually pretty good. I watched it, but that
course you did.
anime style it is very much more, like we say, like a little bit more generic, in where all the characters could kind of interchange a little bit.
Yeah.
Right. Where this one
They didn't do that. I'll give you that one 100%. The characters were very unique
Yeah.
in this show.
Memorable.
Without a doubt.
exactly
For
memorable.
sure,
That's
without
a really
doubt.
good word for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll agree with you on that. Art. Do you want to talk about music?
Music, I found with the music in this one, the other than this theme song, everything else is kind of, it did its job,
Yeah.
Yep.
right? Like I think,
Same.
yeah,
Agreed.
the theme song was actually, the OP song was, I dug it.
It grew on me. At first,
Yeah.
I was like, but then, like, again, by the end, I was like,
Yeah.
this is fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Like especially all those like noise, bam, like coming through with the horns and whatnot.
I skipped
Yeah.
it like every time.
No, you gotta at least watch it once. Do you watch it at least once?
Probably did. Yeah.
Yeah.
probably
Okay.
did.
Yeah. But yeah,
Probably.
no, I mean,
I don't remember.
you know what you should probably do is tell our viewers and our listeners to subscribe.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, or like and all that good stuff. Why are you slow clapping
I'm
me?
proud of you. You did a good
Deserves
job.
a slow clap. Deserves a slow
That
clap.
one deserves a slow
You did a
clap.
good job.
Okay,
That was a
good
thank
slow
you.
clap.
Yeah, I didn't forget this episode. But yes, please like and subscribe. You give us a review on wherever you're getting your podcasts. But yeah, we love you. Tell a
hi.
friend. Tell a friend.
Please.
Do that. Okay, let's get into our characters. We'll start by talking about Loid, because I feel like this might take up a big chunk of our time here.
Yep.
Okay.
So Loid is a super spy named Twilight, okay? And he dreams of marriage and a happy life early on in his life and throws it away for his career. Then he gets his first mission, which is to make a family, which is kind of ironic, except he does it in a very professional way and not in any way, shape, or form to match his dreams that he had early on. Let's start right off the bat about him being kind of a piece of shit, specifically to Yor.
Okay.
Because-
To your?
Yeah, he's a piece of shit to her, dude. So, because first of all, she's growing feelings for him. and he's using those feelings. I'll give you a couple of instances, okay? At one point, he uses a listening device to eavesdrop on her, and he hears that she wants to be a better wife, and his response to hearing that is to impersonate a police officer and interrogate her in the street.
Okay.
Right?
I mean, if you put it that way.
Yeah. And then they have a heart-to-heart about work-life balance or whatever.
Yeah.
Way later on in the show, he starts to realize maybe that Yor has actual feelings, and he goes, oh, okay, well, it's time for the honey trap then.
Yeah.
Yes.
In which case he goes, no, I love you forever. I'm in love with you. I love
That's
you so
the one
much.
that really shook me.
Yeah.
Because it happens really late in the show.
Yeah.
And he has a moment of reflection where he's just like, they actually time it.
Yeah.
There's a little timer shows up on the screen and it counts exactly 1 second.
Yeah.
A little digital timer. And
Yeah.
it shows that he lost his composure for 1 second only.
Yeah.
And then immediately, because he was shook for that 1 second.
For a
He
second.
was in his feelings
Yeah.
for that 1 second. And
Yeah.
then he stops, catches himself, and he's
Yeah.
like, no, I'm Loid Forger. This isn't the first time I've had women fawning over me.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to let this get in the way of the mission. And he fucking lies to her face.
Big time.
But okay.
Lies to her face for the mission.
In a piece of shit way.
But okay.
Consciously.
Yeah.
Okay, but that is his job. That is the whole point of this.
You're right.
You're right.
Like that's it, that him as a spy.
Yeah.
He is mathematically and manipulating the situation
Yeah.
to have that happen.
But are you going to allow him to treat your lady that way?
But this is not a real family at this particular point. It is and it isn't. It's getting there.
But we see them all growing feelings.
Yes,
Him
and that-
included.
Yes,
And in this moment, he has an opportunity. And what does he do?
well, okay, but
Right?
but here's the thing. So Yor is also using Loid,
Yeah.
because Yor is saying, okay, I do kind of like this guy, and I do, and I really want to be a part of this family because that she's having this need met,
Yeah.
right, for having this family, and she is having like feelings of attachment with
Yep.
with Anya and Loid,
sure.
but she also just wants to show her brother and the people at work so that she doesn't get like booted out, and so she can keep on killing people.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So there is a equal amount of like deception on both parts.
I hear what you're saying, and that's the foundation of their family, which I agree is kind of fucked up.
It's the premise of the show.
But
It
that's the whole thing.
But I think also that's the premise of the show, but the real plot of the show is not spy shit. The real plot of the show is them growing as a family.
You're right. And
Yeah.
and they are both deceiving each other. And I'm not saying they're not deceiving each other, but how they go about said deception
Yeah.
is different.
Like,
And
she
she
go-
is a lot softer handed about
Yeah.
how she's going about her deception than he is.
Let's put it. Let's give an example of her deception. At one point, she's sneaking around. Okay, she's not. She's showing up to work like she's staying at work late. She's doing all sorts of crazy shit. Right? What's she doing? She's learning how to cook.
Yeah.
So she can cook for her family.
Yes.
Yeah. That's her
Yes.
deception.
That's her deception. His deception. I love you.
I don't want to lose my job, therefore I'm going to lie
Yeah.
about loving you.
Yeah.
When I don't actually.
No. I am lying to you to save a potential war from happening.
And I am willing to sacrifice your emotional well-being to accomplish my mission.
I guess
for the
Therefore,
greater
I
good.
don't care about you,
Yeah.
Yor.
Yes.
I care about people I've never met around the world.
For the greater, if somebody, okay, let's say Loid came up to me and was just like, "Hey, I love you," and I was in Yor's position, and found out later that he deceived me.
Yeah.
And after the heartbreak and understanding what he had to do to save everybody from a war breaking out, I'd forgive him.
But that doesn't make what he did not shitty.
Yeah, it's still shitty
You had to forgive him for something.
for something shitty he did.
Yes, but it was in
So
a
that's
noble,
all we're trying to say is that
it's
he's kind of a
noble
piece of
cause.
shit.
Yeah.
A noble cause that justifies his shittiness.
And there are tons of people who do shitty jobs that are necessary. Doesn't
Yes.
make them any shittier.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Or less shitty, you mean? Doesn't make them less shitty.
Yes. Sorry.
They're still pieces of shit.
Literally, the entire military.
I mean,
The entire military does the shittiest things imaginary for the greater good.
Yeah.
And
They still do the shitty things.
and they still do the shitty things, and a lot of them are still shitty fucking people.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And listen, people can redeem themselves. I am open to and expecting and hoping that Loid will fully redeem himself
Dude,
and come around.
People can change.
People can change.
People can change.
Yeah.
Used to be a piece of
Used
shit.
to be a piece of shit.
This is what I mean. And I'm sure that's his arc.
Yeah.
Obviously is his arc. But he's definitely lagging behind
The
two women in his life.
Without a doubt, yeah.
Yeah.
And it does really kind of make him stand out as a little bit of a shithead.
Well, if it makes us all feel better, after he goes for the honeypot, he gets kicked in the chin so hard that he comes home with a goose egg.
Yo, that was
He
so
gets
good.
that scene.
He gets it,
That's
dude.
so good.
He gets it.
Dude,
That's so good.
that high-pitched scream she lets out.
You know, and that's what
she
happens.
kicks straight up in the air.
Yeah.
And then he like so fucking gracefully gets
Catches
back
himself.
up, catches himself, but you then you see
can't
him
handle it.
Yeah.
visually shook.
Might I add,
He's not good. He's not
she
okay.
kicks him not because she realizes he's being a piece of shit, because she can't handle her feelings.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's the equivalent of the male nosebleed in anime when they see a hot
Yes.
girl.
Yeah.
But
She just beats the fuck out of him.
shit out of her. She
Yeah.
hits him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love
So
it, dude.
fucking-
great.
I love her.
Yeah, we so jumped ahead there with that.
That's
I
all
know,
right.
but
It's so
either
good.
way.
That's good for this episode.
It sure
Yeah.
is.
Okay, so let's talk about little girl Anya, who we love.
Anya.
She is literally too cute. She
Yes.
loves peanuts.
Yes.
Such a cute thing to be obsessed with.
Yeah.
She
Yes.
gets all this allowance money to go shopping at the mall, and all
Spends
she
it on
can think
peanuts.
about is she's like, how many peanuts can I buy with
Yeah.
this money? Like,
So
oh my God.
the other thing about Anya is she can read minds.
Of course.
Yeah.
We find
Yes.
out things like crowds overwhelm her abilities. There's a lot of minds going on
Yes.
in a crowd.
Yeah.
One thing that kills me is the way her face expresses when she's reading someone's mind and doesn't know how to process the information.
Oh, so good.
Or if she knows what the information is and it's so huge, she has to ball it up because saying she knows it is going to give away her power. And she's just like,
yeah. I'm telling you, man, the facial expressions that she gives
Are
is
perfect.
just so
Incredible.
so well.
Her sneaky,
Correct.
sly expression where she's kind
Oh
of
yeah,
Yeah.
well,
smiling out of the corner of her mouth.
Yeah.
And she starts
When she has a
squinting
plan.
and she's just kind of
best.
ruminating on
Yeah.
it, and
It's the
she
best.
knows that she's about to fucking
because
fuck
the
shit
best
up.
part about that too is that we know her plan's going to fail. So
yeah,
that sneaky
yeah.
smile is even more funny to us. We're like,
Always.
Oh, Anya.
Or they're gonna succeed
is gonna
in
blow
like
up
the
in your
most
face.
unconventional way.
Yeah.
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 It's so
Yeah.
cute, dude.
No,
Yeah.
and that's the thing is I also often would forget sometimes because there's a lot of inner monologue in the show.
for sure.
A ton of people thinking to themselves certain things. But the amount of times I would almost forget that Anya was like there.
Yeah.
And that she could hear.
That's on purpose.
What they were
And then
thinking.
they pan to her
They
and
would
she's
pan
like-
to her and she's sitting there and she's just like. That would fuck me up every time.
Yeah,
dude.
it's
It didn't matter how many times they pulled that gag out. I would
agree.
laugh, dude.
I agree, dude.
Yeah.
But
Very
that's
funny.
the thing, right? Like you have a kid who's been rejected so many times as an orphan,
Yeah.
right? And now she finds a family that she really loves. Turns out they're so super interesting to her.
Yeah.
And she's
Every day is her
she's-
favorite anime
Yeah,
in real life.
Yeah.
in real life.
Yeah.
And she's obsessed with the spy show.
Bond Man.
Yeah.
Bond
Bond
Man,
Man.
right?
Yeah.
Like, oh,
Yeah.
come on.
Which
like,
is James
this-
Bond and Batman.
Yeah.
James Bond man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
James Bond.
Also her dad. Somehow
Yeah.
she ended up with Bond Man as her dad.
And
Yes.
then named her dog
Bond.
Yeah. Perfect, dude.
Which
Yeah.
I'll have to say, her and Bond together is the most OP pair
Yeah.
ever.
That's on purpose.
Oh, yeah.
That's on
They have
purpose.
to be.
I mean,
Yeah.
no one else in
Yeah.
the show has superpowers.
Yeah.
And they haven't addressed that yet.
Yeah. He's like her
Yeah.
superpowered mech.
Yeah. Kind of, yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, you're at some point like her fucking freakishly strong, like
She's powerful.
powerful.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. On the topic of me being a father,
Yes.
Anya is actually a lot like my kid.
I bet.
A
Yes.
lot, dude. So some elements
bet.
of that are like she just so badly wants to do right by everyone. She just wants to do the right thing.
Yeah.
Wants to be
Especially because
accepted.
she can read minds and knows what they want from her.
Your
Whether there's-
daughter can read minds?
No, but she can, right? I'm just saying.
I was like,
But
whoa.
you
Yeah,
know
I
what,
mean,
though?
I don't know.
No, but kids are very intuitive
You're
like
right.
that, right? Like they really feed off of what energy and what vibes and like body language.
I
right?
would love to know that that's the intention behind her superpower, to express that kids are very perceptive
Yes.
beyond what you know them to perceive.
Absolutely. Do
Yeah.
not underestimate kids.
Yeah.
That would be cute.
Right, and they don't do anything. And here's the thing with kids, right? And especially when having worked with a lot of kids,
Yeah.
they're not trying to manipulate you. They're just trying to get their needs met.
Yeah.
Right, and they don't have the right coping mechanisms or the right words to use or the right behaviors.
For sure.
Right? Because emotionally they might be like too overloaded, but
sure.
but at the end of the day, what they want is to belong and feel proud of, and
Yeah.
all those other things, right?
Yeah.
And love. So I think it was bang on.
For sure, I agree too. She also 100% has ADHD.
Oh yeah,
Without question.
yeah.
Like cannot focus on one thing at all,
Yeah.
whether it's like homework,
Daydreaming
Yeah.
in her head
whatever,
at all times.
schoolwork, her plan, whatever her plan is, she never sticks
But
to what
when
she's
she
doing.
does figure out something, then she hyper focuses, which is a big symptom of ADHD.
Like Bond Man.
Like Bond Man, yeah, right.
Dude,
So
100%.
very much so.
Also, it's worth mentioning there's a lot of pressure on this kid, dude.
Oh yeah,
Academic pressure, social pressure, not to mention the telepathy, not to mention the spy mission that she knows she's a part of that nobody else knows she's a part of.
It's the telepathy though that kind of creates that pressure because
Yeah.
I mean, not to say they're doing a perfect job, but there are attempts made by Yor and Loid to take that pressure away from her or to keep certain pressures away from her. Because keep in mind, Loid doesn't know that Anya knows
Yeah.
that she's a part of this mission. He's
Neither-
trying to keep it from her
Yeah.
so that she doesn't feel that pressure.
Totally, yeah.
He just fails because he doesn't know she's a telepath and
Yeah.
that pressure's on now because
Yeah.
she just read his fucking mind.
Totally.
Yeah.
So it's like kind of not fair to say that that there's unfair pressure on her.
Yeah. Yeah.
But there is pressure on
Totally.
her. for sure.
absolutely.
There
yeah.
are a handful of moments where Yor is like coming down hard on her a little bit on the schoolwork or whatever when he's like stressed out about it because of the mission. And always in those moments, it's Yor in the end who comes in and is like, hey, dude, like, let's think of a different way to like parent this child or whatever. And he's like, yeah, you're probably right. And he'll think something like, I should probably apologize to her. And she'll be listening in the corner and be like,
Yeah.
the apology never happens.
Yeah.
But she doesn't need it because she got it. You know what I mean?
Which is very funny because in a lot of, because having worked with parents and families before, there's a lot of challenges with parents where they don't take accountability and they don't say sorry to kids, right?
Yeah.
And so that kind of builds some tension sometimes. And it's really funny how that's represented here.
For sure.
Right? And not to mention, again, you got a kid who wants to, make her parents proud.
She wants to do the best by her parents.
Yeah, right? Like, she wants that. So it's so good.
Yeah. Speaking of children, Yor Forger,
Yor Forger.
Speaking of
an
children,
actual child.
she is a little bit of a woman child.
Yeah.
I guess you could
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the thing.
Okay.
Right, and you say that there isn't really any depth to these characters, and we kind of had that conversation on the side, but
Who?
there is.
Who, me?
No, we all did. We went downstairs, like off screen. We said that there wasn't as much depth, like in
Yeah. We didn't really have the conversation. We just identified the lack of depth.
Yeah. The show in general has a little less depth than like
Yeah.
Chainsaw Man.
Yeah.
Like after coming off of Chainsaw.
Yeah,
Man.
yeah,
Sure. But the reason why Yor doesn't have, or Yor's development is a little bit more like a child and younger, but she is an adult.
Yeah.
Is because she didn't have a family.
You're right. She had to be the adult as a child.
As a child.
It's arrested development.
Totally.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And then but her relationship with Anya and her relationship with her brother, right, that transferred over to Anya because it's like, hey, I know what it's like to have somebody little around me.
Yeah.
Right. And so that's the thing, right?
Yor's immaturity, it's definitely there, but it's not a negative thing for her
No.
character. I think it just adds to her complexity and her
Sure. There are
interest.
moments
Yeah.
where I feel like Loid has to parent them both. Mostly for the sake of the mission.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that's an element I caught in the show.
Yeah. That's real.
Yeah. Things that are funny about her, like she wants to be motherly, but she sucks at the parts that aren't important. Like she's good at being like an emotional presence for Anya, but she like can't cook for the fucking life of her.
Beef stew, that's it.
Dude, to the point where
now,
people
yeah.
literally collapse on the floor when they eat her food. That shtick was funny to me. And then her brother, who we'll talk about later,
I hope we don't.
we will. Her brother will eat her food and just, it's so good, sister, turning blue in the face and like, on them, like that's the whole scene.
Yeah, but I mean, that's also a little bit of a trope where I've seen in anime where, the woman can't cook and like people try to eat it and she wants to be a good cook.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a trope.
Toru,
Sure.
Toru making Kobayashi.
100%.
eat a tail.
She's
Hell
Toru.
yeah, right,
She
right in
is
that
100%
way.
and he's Kobayashi.
Yeah.
100%, dude.
But that's the thing is both of those shows are playing on the traditional
Yeah.
Japanese
Yeah.
For sure.
family structure,
Yeah.
which is sometimes funny and peculiar to us, but
Yeah.
it's obviously well known and accepted there. Right?
sure.
So,
Yeah, but I mean, even in North America too, that whole like traditional family nucleus is still very much so present.
Yeah.
It's fading, though.
but it's fading
It's
a bit
fading,
more.
for sure.
Agreed, but like, yeah. But it's still there present depending on,
Yeah.
on who you're talking to.
Another thing that is probably an element of that kind of bothered me, and we talked about this a little already, is that I kind of wish she wasn't so dumb and ditzy. Like, she's physically strong, but she's like not a smart character. Do you know what I mean? She's not mentally strong. And I know the reasons why, because of the Arrested Development, because of the having to raise her brother like as a parent. But I like am a big fan of a strong female lead, and she's not that.
I know what you're saying here
Yeah.
because when we meet, what's her name with the silver hair?
Daylight? Is
Daylight?
that
No,
Midnight.
Midnight.
Daylight's the other guy.
Right, because you get a little bit more of that from her.
Yeah.
Right, where she's like the confidence.
But she's too far.
But it's
she's
too
she's
far.
that to a fault. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I mean, she's technically the antithesis of
I mean,
Yor, right?
you want
But-
a waifu.
Sorry, Nightfall,
give me
not
a Yor
Midnight.
who knows what the fuck's going on.
It's
and who can-
Nightfall,
and
not
who can-
Nightfall.
Midnight.
Yeah.
Okay,
Nightfall.
that's it, yeah.
Sorry. Fiona Frost.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, she has a bit more of that confidence where
Yeah.
Yor has the confidence when she knows what she's doing and the things that she's doing, especially in her assassination world.
That's I think the only place she feels has confidence.
Or with like, her and her brother. Yeah, and even with her brother.
Yeah, even there it's weird.
really weird.
It's
But like,
very weird.
There's like an entire episode though where like Yor runs across the entire city to bring Anya her gym clothes, and Anya doesn't have gym
Doesn't have
that
gym that day, yeah.
And Yor even admits to herself like, I could have just read her schedule at home and saw if she
Yeah.
needed the clothes or not.
Right.
And yes, Yor makes that realization on her own. So
Yeah.
gold star for Yor, or
Sure.
sorry, a Stella for Yor.
Stella.
But a tonitrous bolt for Yor as well,
Yeah.
for not just looking at the fucking schedule
Yeah.
and almost blowing like a lot
Yeah.
in doing so. So again, just shows that she's definitely a ditz.
Yeah.
That's part of her character.
For sure. I agree.
Yeah, I agree. Or we could say that she's
Yor-
learning as a parent, right? Sometimes you make these mistakes as a parent where sometimes you forget because you're
That's
so busy.
true. I think she's
right?
making these mistakes in her life pre-parent.
Yeah.
Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, like and that's yeah, maybe.
I think it's just her character
Yeah,
that they
maybe,
wrote, and it's fine that they wrote that
Yeah.
character. I just would have liked to see a better like counterpart for Loid, a stronger female. I like a lot of her character. You know what I mean? She's funny. Don't get me wrong.
But
And it's a funny show.
Her motherly instincts though are very strong.
I agree.
Right? Like protecting
Wholeheartedly
her like
Yeah.
they're very, very strong.
And this is the thing that they might not all be A+ people, and they might have certain things they need to work on, but what they do have, and they might not realize it yet in the story, but they have balance, because in all the ways that Yor is lacking, Loid is the perfect person to teach her
true.
all of these things, like being responsible and
Yeah.
checking your schedule and checking the details and being detail oriented.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In the same way, Yor has so much to teach Loid about loving Anya.
Yeah.
And
100%.
being a family person.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So even though at the current state they need to work on these things and they're kind of ugly people
Yeah.
because they're in a state of working on themselves,
Yeah.
I think where the story's going is they're going to teach each other a lot, and they're going to become better people for that.
I think you're right.
And I think that's super beautiful.
Yeah, and doesn't that make so much sense though, like in real life, because that's kind of what happens if you've never been a parent before, you've never had a kid, and you kind of have to figure things out, stumble through it, make mistakes.
Jordy?
Right.
Yeah, that's true. 100%.
Right? Like-
Absolutely. But I'm not that dumb. That's all I'm saying. I'm not that dumb.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can hold your alcohol, that's for sure.
Hey, buddy. We've seen that.
Yeah, but I mean, and that's the other thing.
She
though,
does all
right?
right too, actually, dude. I saw her down an entire bottle of scotch and then go home.
Literally.
Yeah, that's fair.
Give me a break.
Good aim with her kicks, too.
She could drink me under the table now that I'm thinking about it.
And kick you in the face at the end of the night.
Yeah. And I probably would have deserved it.
Probably.
Yeah.
But the other thing too, having a partner that kind of fills in, the things that you lack, it's nice. It's
Yeah.
kind of what you want, right?
Yep.
Bam. Fucking owning you guys.
Me?
I'm glad
No,
you
I
perceive
just-
it that way.
I mostly
Okay.
agree with you.
Let's get into the ins and outs in the plot of the show. Okay,
Yeah.
so we meet Loid, or Twilight, and his
Yes.
mission is to take down this guy.
Operation Asterix.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
And he's supposed to infiltrate this guy who's like, I don't know, the head of some enemy or whatever. But the way he has to do it is to have a family with a wife and a kid, get his kid in this school, get his kid to be friends with this kid's kid. It's all very complicated.
Yeah, it's a
when
little
I feel
convoluted.
like this is not how spies actually work.
No, it's
No.
to set up a cute TV show.
Yeah.
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 Okay. So He proceeds to adopt Anya, who is like way too smart, you think right away. And oh, nope, she's not actually that smart. She can just read everyone's minds.
Yeah.
And immediately she knows Loid's a spy. And right away she's like, I'm the one for you. 100%, it's me.
Yep.
Get me. And so she kind of deceives her way into being adopted, as she will continue to do. Deceives her way into things. Right off the bat, she like gets kidnapped. And there's like a shocking pistol murder in this episode out of nowhere. And I'm like, oh, okay, I guess we're going there in this show.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you, even in like a silly, cute comedy show, when she was kidnapped and she's legitimately scared, my heart was fucking hurting, dude.
Yeah.
Episode 1 too.
Episode 1.
Dude, and I thought they were setting the tone for the show. You don't get a lot of that in this show,
No.
but the moments you do get, like, they hurt me. And we've talked about this many, many, many times.
Yeah.
So we don't have to go deep about it. But, like, they made her seem legit scared, which most of the times a show like this wouldn't do.
No.
Yeah.
Which was interesting.
I mean, pilot episodes are always like that, right? Like they come in hard.
That's true. So then we meet Yor. And she's like, they call her the Thorn Princess. She's like a deadly assassin. And of course, immediately Anya's like, no, I want this, mama. And the other option was curly head dude dressing up as a woman. That was the other option at the time, dude.
Fuzzhead.
Yeah. And
He's funny too, man.
He's funny, man.
Yeah, he is very funny.
So Yor and Loid agreed to pretend for each other's sake. Like they can both benefit from this fake marriage. They're like down for it. And so they get attacked by assassins and Loid's cleaning house. Then Yor joins in. It's this huge battle and they propose to each other while grenades are exploding in the background. And the pin from the grenade is the ring he puts on her finger. It's the perfect scene that actually encapsulates the premise of this show better than any description you could describe.
Yeah.
Just watch that one scene.
So good.
Yeah.
I fucking love that scene.
So yeah, we have our perfect family basically at that point. Okay. And so, yeah, we already talked about the mission. The stage 1 of the mission is to get Anya into this like swanky ass private school. Loid, of course, hacks the school system to get an interview because he's a top spy and he can hack shit. And the headmaster dude is, what did you call him? Something elegance?
Yeah, elegant.
I just always call him Mr. Elegant.
Mr.
Yeah,
Elegance.
that's what he
Because
says
everything
all
is
the
like,
time.
he's like, literally says things like, it's so damn elegant.
Yeah.
I know. I watched the dub. Don't crucify me. So he's immediately impressed with Loid's moves, and the Forger family on this like interview day keeps like having some intense shit go down, and everyone's like, "There's no way they can recover from this and do the interview," and they just have a fresh change of clothes.
Yes.
One thing after another. At
And
first,
it's elegance.
yeah, exactly. He's watching from the like tower with binoculars, like, "There's no way they can come back from this."
Yeah.
You can't believe it. The first one is like the kid falls in the water and they save him, and the second one is the Gene Simmons cow.
The Gene Simmons cow, dude.
Right?
Oh my
I'm
God.
so glad you picked up on that, dude. Oh my
Immediately.
fucking
And we have
god.
to see him later too.
We do see him later.
Dude, so funny, man.
God.
Yeah.
So we get into the interview and Anya kills it, despite that dickhead basically being like, "Who do you like more, your new mom, your old mom?" And
I
Anya
know.
cries, and I'm like, stop
Yeah.
making this girl cry.
I know.
It's killing me.
Yeah.
Anyways, that guy's a dickhead. And then Loid so elegantly sticks up for his family without punching the guy in the face and walks out of the room, basically. And then Mr. Elegance punches him in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that whole scene though was like that's when it was really established how the feelings for Anya were really starting to run deep for Loid and Yor, right? Because Yor even starts getting her claws out,
Yeah.
right, and you see the madness in her face, like the anger spewing. You know, fucking Loid punches the table,
Yeah.
and breaks the table pretty much, right?
But he does it for the mission. He doesn't do it for feelings for her.
No. So he.
I'm just saying,
So
dude.
in that moment, he didn't really do it for the. I don't think he did it for the mission. I think he really lost himself because if he did do it for the mission, he would have done anything to get Yor in, right? He would have been like,
Anya, you mean.
or sorry, Anya in.
But
right?
I think even smashing the table and walking out was calculated.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
At the very least, I wonder.
Okay.
Okay,
You're right. That could have been a moment.
That's it.
Yeah,
It just
I
makes me
wonder.
wonder.
Jay,
Yeah.
good job.
Yeah, thanks for
Okay.
defusing that one.
Yeah, we would have been talking about that one 20 minutes from now still if you hadn't stepped in.
That's what I'm here for, guys. That's
We'll chalk it up to I wonder.
what I do.
Okay, so where were we here? Okay, so Anya, we leave the interview and they're nervous. Is Anya going to get in? There's a bunch of bad omens, yada, yada, yada. Eventually, like, they're getting freaked out by the bad omens, and Loid decides in the end of that episode just to celebrate the hard work and enjoy it. And I'm like, what a great lesson in a show like this. You know what I mean? I appreciated that. And then, of course, she ends up getting in, but first she's on a wait list, but that moves quickly. She's in, okay? As a gift for getting in, she goes to Loid and goes, I want you to save me from this castle.
Dude, this episode.
It's the best episode of the show.
I agree.
Hands down the best
Yeah,
episode.
definitely one of the best episodes of the show.
I also think it was
absolutely.
animated way better. It looked like a film.
Yeah.
A lot of it, dude.
Yeah.
The flyovers,
Yeah.
the fucking
The action.
everything.
The action. There was so much fast-paced action happening, and especially
100%.
the fact that he got his entire fucking
Everyone.
agency to come in.
And they're all so damn
pulled from other
committed
missions.
because he is of such prestige and stature within the spy community that
Yeah.
all of them are like, I'll never miss an opportunity to work with Twilight.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
100%. As if he's asking me, I'm coming.
And it's also, I would argue, like probably the most endearing thing that Loid does for Anya.
Yeah.
Probably the whole show.
Despite like getting his ass kicked and fumbling his way through it top to bottom.
Yeah. And again,
Which is so funny.
you questioning again, what are his motives? You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Is this all for the mission at the core of it? It doesn't really matter because what it translates to in the moment is Anya's life
Yeah.
is made
100%.
in that moment.
100%.
And she is just enamored the
Yeah.
entire time, which is the best you would hope for.
Yeah,
Totally.
and especially for someone Anya having been an orphan and having been rejected for so long, it's
Totally.
just so much more impactful for her.
Yeah. It was great. And so they wrangled curly head dude to be the bad guy,
Yeah.
which was hilarious.
So good.
And Yor is just hammered for some reason, completely
Fucking
drunk.
completely wasted
Yeah.
the whole
Oh
episode.
my god!
To the
and
point where
fucking-
at one point she and Loid have to fight and they're squaring off, and I'm like, oh, this is going to be a sweet scene. And then she just passes out.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
blackout-
she fights and like she like ruins him,
and then
but-
blackout drunk onto the ground. Yeah.
Shadow Realm.
Yeah.
Shadow Realm.
She's 100% in the Shadow
Shadow
Realm.
Realm.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the episode, Loid submits the entire thing as an expense report.
Yeah. I love it, dude.
That was such a good way to cap that off, dude.
Yeah.
What a great episode.
It's phenomenal.
Fantastic.
That's one that, like, if I was to recommend somebody, like, give somebody general premise of the show and be like one
Yeah.
episode,
Go for that one.
that's the one.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, so we'll blast through a bunch of episodes because there's a bunch of shit going on. Yor takes Anya shopping, and she has to like beat up a bunch of pervs who I think are gonna like fuck with Anya in a weird way.
No, I think kidnappers
They
probably.
want to take
you
her
know?
clothes and her shit. They want to steal her shit, basically.
Yeah.
And then Yor beats the fuck out of them. Anya eventually gets into school and she's getting bullied. The bad guy's kid, of course, is a dickhead, but not fully a dickhead.
Yeah.
He's kind of like a Malfoy with a conscience.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, that's a good description of him.
The whole
There's
school is
complexity
very
to Damien for sure.
Yeah.
for sure, right?
But
He keeps
especially
getting
the
caught
father
in like.
issues.
I think he keeps getting caught in feelings, and then like,
He
no,
does.
I can't.
He
do
has
it.
a crush
Yeah.
on Anya for sure.
100%.
Yeah.
And a kid like at that age, like
Absolutely.
like that's the whole thing is like when you have a crush on someone,
Yeah.
you treat them poorly because you don't actually know how
Yeah.
to treat them well.
You neg them.
Yeah.
Adults do that too.
And, well, that's the other thing too,
Well,
right?
He's fighting it, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't understand his feelings, so
Yeah.
he'd rather fight them than accept them.
Yeah,
But-
and his
oh
two
my
dickhead
God.
friends are always like, Damien, what's going on here? He's like, nothing. Fuck you, Uggo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, he's got a fucking actual onion head
Yeah.
beside him and a cob of corn.
Yeah, stumpy-legged Uggo is what he is always calling
Always chirping her about the length of her limbs.
her. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's little.
She's
But
little.
when Anya punched him,
Yeah.
oh, it was
Right in the face, dude.
so good.
Crushed him too.
Yeah, so good,
It
dude.
wasn't just a little punch.
So good,
Yeah.
dude.
She smashed him.
Yeah.
And getting her to apologize for this is like the main arc of the first season of the show. It's convince Anya to apologize.
Yeah.
There's like a bunch of episodes about that.
Yeah.
Which is kind of fucked that that's the story arc of the
well,
show.
it's not just apologize, but to try to get back in good graces with
Yeah,
him. So
for
that,
sure.
Yeah.
Anya makes a friend, Becky,
Yep,
and
Becky.
at first I'm like, oh, this is like I said, Sakura and Tomoyo.
Yeah.
But it's not because she's actually into her dad.
Exactly. And that's why it's not Saikawa and Kana, because Saikawa loves Kana.
Exactly, yeah.
Right? But still very similar.
Same energy.
Like,
Same energy, same vibe,
Yeah.
for
like,
sure.
like a best friend out of nowhere who
Yeah.
is oddly loyal
Yeah.
and like really truly loves our main character.
Yeah.
And you're not really sure why.
Yeah.
You almost don't trust it.
She's also loaded.
Super
Yeah.
fucking rich.
Yeah.
Well, you do know why because like when she punched Damien, you know, her excuse was I'm protecting this
Oh yeah,
girl.
she was mean. He was mean to her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like it was okay for me to get beaten up, but you now went after my friend. Fuck you.
And you get more of her backstory at like basically towards like the very end of the series, you get more backstory on Becky. But like definitely at the time, I was waiting for her to turn on Anya in those first couple episodes, where I'm like, I don't know if I trust this friendship.
Yeah.
And I'm worried for Anya because of Becky.
Yeah.
Also, just because Becky, no disrespect to anybody who has this name, but like Becky to me just kind of sounds
That's
like
a bitch name.
It's a bitch name, right? So I don't really necessarily trust it.
Yeah.
But what I will say is I definitely audibly probably went, aw.
Yeah.
Every single time Anya said Becky.
Yeah.
For some reason, she would just be like talking, and then all of a sudden I would just hear her go, Becky. And I'm just like, why are you so cute?
Yeah.
Just saying a fucking name.
Yeah.
It's so goddamn adorable. I love their friendship.
For sure. Yeah.
I loved it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So not too long after this, we meet Yuri. Yor's brother. And so he works, we find out, for the secret police, and he's specifically targeting Twilight. And he's not telling Yor about his job, but of course, Super Spy Twilight figures it out immediately. Immediately upon meeting this guy.
Yeah.
And we find out Yor's backstory about like murdering and assassinating all these people in order to provide for Yuri when they were kids. Yuri is a fucking creep.
Psycho. Fuck this guy. Made me want to turn off the show
He's
several
disgusting.
times. Couldn't stand him.
Yeah, he has a serious sister complex, like nobody's business.
I mean,
there's a lot of sister complexes out there. This is definitely up there with them.
This is weirder than a lot of porn out there.
Yeah. Yeah, because at least in porn they say stepsister.
Sure.
Right?
No, not
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe I've
They
watched too much anime where this one kind of feels relatively just on par with some of the crazy sister complexes up there.
Weird, dude.
Gross.
All he
Like
wants.
no game, no life. Yeah.
I don't know what
Or
that
no
is.
game life. I can't remember. But
Weird.
Yeah. Anyway.
Anyway, all he wants is to fuck her.
Yeah.
That's it. That's his goal in life, or at least to like be the only man in her life.
Yes,
period.
it's not to fuck her, but it's
He wants to though.
It's
Let's be real.
definitely to fuck her, dude.
Yeah. For sure does.
Why are you
protect my sister?
Why are you defending this guy so hard, dude? He's
I
the
don't know.
absolute worst.
I don't
Listen,
know. I
Because
don't
he
know why.
because he
character.
defiles his waifu.
This is one
Yes.
character, dude, you don't have to defend.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's fair.
He's awful.
Yeah, dude.
Terrible.
You know what it is, man? It's just that, like, I guess I just like the show. I'm just defending everybody.
Well, no, yeah.
That tracks for you.
Dude,
That tracks.
Dude, when the cameras start rolling, the Mikey engines turn on, and you just get in defense mode
Yeah.
against this guy.
Yeah.
So it's understandable.
Yeah.
That's why I come
Yeah.
in and just
Yeah.
say, hey,
Yeah.
That's
this
true.
guy sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, you reel me back in. You definitely do. You definitely reel me
That's
back
right,
in.
man.
You're the voice of reason for me.
Yeah. In the first episode we meet him, dude, he goes over for dinner at their house and he can't handle Loid so much so that when they tell him that they're married, he goes, okay, well, why don't you kiss? And he forces them to kiss in front of him, dude.
That was really fucking crazy.
Ironically, they can't do it. You know what I mean? So he's right to have done that.
Yeah.
But not, his motives are
His
wrong.
motives are
Yeah.
way off.
Yeah, they're wrong. Anyways, Yor slaps him in the face twice, really hard. Massive slow-mo slaps with flowers flying through the air, which was hilarious to me too. Meanwhile,
Flowers, yeah.
while all this is happening, Anya is just telepathically taking it all in. Taking it all in. She knows how much of a creep her uncle is.
Yep.
Yeah.
She's heard it all.
Yep.
Yeah.
Probably more than we've heard.
Oh, yeah.
If she's reading minds,
Probably.
gross.
Yeah. I don't like that.
Gross. All right, we get a dodgeball episode with a funny training montage with Yor and Anya, which you probably loved because Yor probably looked super hot in her little gym clothes.
Yeah. So this is the thing about Yor in this episode.
Tell me the
right?
thing about Yor.
This is the thing, right?
Yeah.
Because my first ever waifu in life was Chun-Li.
Of course.
Right? And I think we've talked about this before. And there was a thing on TikTok where, you have to put up, take your first waifu and your current waifu and who would win in a battle. And having those two together just fucked me up for a few days.
Damn, dude.
Right? Yor versus Chun-Li?
You lost a few days to that, eh?
Yeah. I'm just thinking about Yor and Chun-Li fighting.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know who would actually win.
You'd watch
Dude,
it,
can
though.
you imagine
Yeah,
if it
like-
was Senran Kagura rules where they just beat the clothes off each
Oh
other?
my God. Don't even talk to me about that. I've gone down that rabbit hole and I would go gladly back into it.
Yeah, dude.
So
My
so
first
don't
waifu
do
was
it.
Bulma, so basically anybody I put up against her, Bulma's getting her ass kicked.
No.
Without a doubt,
Yeah.
dude. Without a doubt.
Yeah, but like power wise, like they're so on par with each other.
They
like
are pretty evenly
man.
matched. I'd be interested to see that
I would
battle.
I would
Jordy's
love it.
first waifu was the mom from Erased.
Yes.
She's getting her ass kicked as well, too.
By who? Who's the current one?
I don't know. I don't think I have one.
Power.
No,
I guess,
it's not
yeah.
power. It's that biker
was.
girl from Golden
Oh,
Boy.
That's
biker girl from Golden Boy.
right.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Was it the biker girl or boss lady?
Boss
Both.
lady.
Let's say biker girl.
Biker girl.
More so these days.
Okay. In a fight against the mom from Erased?
Yeah.
Biker girl's killing her.
Mom
Yeah.
from Erased, she made a mean curry.
She'll get her ass kicked, though.
Yeah.
She'll have tire mics all up that face.
Yeah.
All up those lips.
All of those
Any of those girls
weird,
from fucking
weird lips.
Golden Boy. Would,
By the way,
would kill
guys,
them.
yeah, we've done episodes on Golden Boy
Yeah.
and Erased and Dragon Ball. You name the
And
waifu,
Street Fighter
baby.
2.
And Street
Go
Fighter.
back
Yeah,
that far.
Street Fighter.
We've done it all, baby.
We've hit all the waifus.
Yeah.
Oh, we have not.
Has Jay named a waifu ever before? Bulma.
Bulma, yeah.
Did you have a current?
I did an entire
Yeah,
episode.
we did
Oh,
that
that's right.
whole episode.
I wasn't here.
Yes, that's true.
I named a
wasn't here.
bunch.
Yeah, I can't believe you still haven't watched that
I
one.
didn't watch
Anyway.
it.
You piece
and I
of
wasn't
shit.
here.
Yeah.
Used to
we
be.
digress.
Okay. Dodgeball episodes. Cute line at the end of the episode after Anya wins only with telepathy against a giant child. She goes, "Nothing Mama teaches me ever helps," which is true. Okay, so Anya's fucking shitting the bed at school, so she ends up having to go volunteer at the hospital with her dad because that's where he says he works. She saves a kid at the hospital and finally gets her Stella.
Hell yeah.
Because that's one of the ways she thinks she's going to impress this kid is by excelling in school. And one of the ways you do that is by doing noble acts and getting what they call a Stella.
Yeah, and it's also the more Stellas you get, you become this kind of scholar that
Yeah.
also allows you to be part of a bigger group of elites, right?
Totally.
Go to
Damien-
parties
yeah.
and Loid will be able to schmooze with Damien's dad at these
It's all
parties.
raising your standings and getting up to this enemy
Exactly.
family's level, essentially.
There is actually a lot of class talk.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
like,
Big time at the
description.
end.
Yes.
When
Yeah.
Yor's talking to Big Bad with the sunken eyes.
Yes.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Damien's dad or
Yeah,
whatever.
they talk about increasing their family standing and like
Yeah.
there's a lot
Because
of talk
Damien
of that.
yells at him rudely.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Anyways, so Anya, as a result of getting her Stella, wants a dog as a reward.
Yep.
So then we get the episode where they're going to look at dogs. They see all these dogs. At first, they're looking at spy dogs, and they're all scary and freaky. And then they see this one dog who Anya looks into its eyes and sees the future. And this dog basically becomes, like we said, an add-on power for Anya. So
Yeah.
the dog and Anya go on a mission to save Loid because he's in
Yes.
trouble. And it's funny because the dog's like slow and old and tired and like isn't
Yeah.
really that helpful.
Borf.
Yeah, exactly, dude. It's clearly a human saying "borf."
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
But like this is she also gets kidnapped
Yeah.
and like
It's a whole thing.
it's a
She's
whole
just
thing,
it's
yeah.
a whole romp.
Yeah.
A whole romp.
But the dog can see the future.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Anya can read minds. So
Yeah.
by
Therefore,
being with the dog, Anya can see the future.
Yes.
And in the end, they like bust this crazy like exploding dog bank robbery scheme.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not just that. It's also like an act of terrorism that
Yeah.
they kind of
They
avoid.
they like kidnap dogs and put bombs on them and send
Yes.
them in places and blow them up.
Which is fucked up.
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Which I mean,
Yeah.
more fucked up shit has happened in real
Yeah.
life. Let's be real.
During
No,
all this,
that's number one. I just decided.
the most fucked up thing of all time. Explosive dogs.
explosive
Yeah.
dogs.
Top of the list.
That
And
wins.
you know what? Yeah, you are right though. That is pretty fucked up. Let's like
Explosive cats.
no, we don't go there.
I actually
We don't go there with Mikey.
My brain doesn't normally go to dark places, but I do actually remember in that moment stopping and being like, "That's fucking dark."
yeah.
And then I went back to enjoying
I breezed right
Spy
past it. I
Family.
didn't even think about the
Yeah,
implications.
you piece
Oh
of shit.
yeah.
I might be one.
Used to be.
Yeah.
During this whole like,
Ignorance is bliss, eh, buddy?
yeah, it is sometimes. It gets me through it.
Yeah.
During this all, Yor kicks a moving car because of course she can.
This is what I'm saying. This is where you find out her power skills, right? And the power levels that happen. And like, because Chun-Li can kick, like in Street Fighter 2, she fucking ruins the car bonus level.
I love the car bonus level.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right? Like
Hilarious.
this is what I'm saying. And then you really get a sense of how powerful she is.
Yeah.
And how fucking badass she is.
I'm glad I mentioned that because that was great to watch.
Oh, yeah.
Mikey just came in his pants. Okay, and then they get to keep the dog, and they find out that all those dogs were products of experiments. That's how they explain he has powers. They named the dog Bond.
Borf.
After Bondman.
Yeah, I still like calling him Mr. Borf.
Yeah,
In the dub, she calls him Mr. Doggy.
Mr. Doggy.
Yeah.
that's lame.
It's not Mr. Bond in the dub?
Bond eventually, but before
okay.
they name it, it's Mr. Doggy.
Yes.
No one cares.
I want this Mr. Doggy, she says. I want that Mr. Doggy.
Look, let me say it here. Like, as long as you're consuming this, I'm all for you watching the dub. I just think that the sub on this one, specifically for Anya, it's her voice. Like, that
Mikey's-
has to be her voice.
Mikey's heard it enough to stop chirping me about the sub dub that he's now making apologies for it. Thank you, everyone out there. Specifically, Carlo, you're my champion of
gonna
dub.
shut up
You
on the
know
issue.
what it is? It's also because being in the community a little bit more and,
Yeah.
and understanding that a lot of people are watching the dub.
Yeah.
Right. And the fact that if they didn't watch the dub, it would not make them watch anime.
Yeah.
I would much rather them just watch the dub and enjoy the anime.
Thank you.
Right.
Wow.
Like, so that I can, like, we can bond over that.
That's the nicest thing you've ever said to me.
Not you, fucking our viewers.
Damn.
And listeners.
Damn.
For you guys, we've been friends for too long.
All right.
It's interesting though, like like people really do pull for like the English voice acting and whatnot and the dubs and all that. There doesn't seem to be as much of that for like Western cartoons. Like you don't see
No.
people really pulling for like the Portuguese voice actor of Bart Simpson.
I don't speak Portuguese.
yeah.
I know, but like, do you really think that there is like a huge demographic of people out there who really think that like the Portuguese Bart Simpson is the best one?
In Brazil
Yeah, in
or
Brazil.
Portugal, maybe.
Yeah.
I doubt it, man.
I don't know. It's a good. It's a good
feel
question.
That's what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
you don't get that as much. Whereas,
Yeah.
like, there are people out there who argue very vehemently for the dubs of
Yeah.
certain animes
Yeah.
being as good or better than the subs.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna
and
be
I
honest
just
with you
don't
guys.
get you don't get that same kind of energy for the
Yeah.
dubs of our Western shows overseas.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
Just interesting.
I'm not talking to those people like I'm talking to you fucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's all I'm gonna say on the
Yeah.
dub versus sub thing because
Sure.
I've said too much.
Yeah.
I
in
mean,
the past
it's
already.
been an ongoing thing for years, right? Like millennia, really.
It has been.
A millennia.
We've been alive for a long
1,000
time.
years.
Oh my god.
Sorry, I'm a little extra. I'm a little dramatic. What
I
do you
like
guys
it.
want? Well, this is how we go. This is how we do it.
Not to further this or like get in the weeds, but like I actually really did like Anya's voice in the dub.
Yeah.
That's all I'll say about that. It was
Okay.
cute. It was doing it for me.
Wow, sounds stupid, man.
Thanks. So we find out that the moon controls Anya's powers, and she's upset because she won't be able to cheat on a test.
Yes.
And so she decides to study, and she puts epic effort in learning grammar, a ton of time with help.
She
And at
works
the end
so
of it,
hard.
Yor goes, have you mastered grammar yet? And she goes, what do you mean by grammar? That's at the end of her whole training. So funny, dude. Killer. Anyway, she takes the test. The results of the test, of course, are in a vault. And of course, Loid needs to break into the vault in order to change Anya's grade to a pass. Another dude is also trying to break in. His name's Daylight. His job is to change Damien's for a fail. Because
Yes.
he's on the same team as Loid, except he sucks shit.
Yes.
He's a shitty ass spy.
Yes.
He does a piss poor job and gets fired. Loid does break in. Turns out Anya barely passed on her own.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And at the end, he's thinking, maybe I should thank her. And Anya hears it through
Hears it.
telepathy, and
Yeah.
it's lovely.
It is.
Her smile is heartwarming. For 1 second, let's talk about the Gloomin episode.
Gloomin episode?
Yeah.
The kid who's like the son of a...
It was a pharmaceutical company
Yeah.
that was
Oh,
working
that
with
one, that one. Yeah.
Damien's father's company.
Yes.
Basically,
And he's the ugliest, most Voldemort-looking
Yes.
motherfucker on earth.
And basically, he's a piece of shit. Then he melts down about having to leave, so everyone treats him nice.
Yeah.
Then he finds out he's actually not leaving, and
Yes.
everyone hates him again.
Yes.
Yep.
That's the whole episode.
But
Yep.
it-
Why?
But like,
It was it was irony.
Yeah,
it was just
I
an
guess.
ironic episode.
guess.
but that, again, this is because it's a slice of life, right?
Yeah.
Like, so you're getting a moment in time with this family or with Anya in her school.
Yeah, it was weird.
Right. So, but I mean, also at the same time, it's kind of on par for a kid misunderstanding what's really going on and not only knowing half truth and
Yeah.
a little bit of information, and then making it a big deal at school, right? Like that totally happens.
I'm just gonna say I didn't care for that episode.
Like, well, I mean,
thought it was cute.
Yeah, it's cute. It does.
Yeah.
There's a lot of episodes that don't move the plot along, and it's not supposed to, right?
Yeah.
You're supposed to watch them, like like simulcast. Like we were saying, if you watch this week by week.
I might have been annoyed still by this episode. Just putting that out there.
Okay,
It was
fine.
fun, especially because like you basically can guess right from the beginning, like the kid's not leaving the school.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Because he says very early in the episode, he's just like, "Oh yeah, like some companies like buying our company or my dad's company."
Yeah.
And I know as an adult that doesn't mean the company being bought goes bankrupt.
Yeah.
By any means
Yeah.
whatsoever.
Yeah.
So I know there's probably nothing going to happen. So for me, it was more so just knowing that in the back of my head and watching the episode unfold with that knowledge was
Yeah.
fun.
All right.
It was just a fun episode. I do not put it anywhere near the top of the best episodes of this show.
Oh, no, for
By
sure.
any means.
It was the
No.
weirdest, maybe.
Yeah, a little bit.
a little bit
pretty
of a,
weird.
It was a break. It was
Yeah.
almost like a whoa. This feels like an in between.
You know
Yeah.
what? It feels like a filler.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what
Totally.
it was.
Yeah.
In,
Agreed.
in a little bit.
Okay, let's blast through because we're doing good.
Yes.
I think on time. Okay, so we meet this new agent who wants to be Loid's wife. They call her Nightfall.
Yes.
And apparently she was busy when Loid got the initial assignment, which was why otherwise she would have got that job.
Yeah.
She's in love with him. She plans to get in the
Yes.
way and push Yor out, which is not going to go well for her. I
No.
know that because Yor's OP and she's not.
You learn later. I'm not sure if I'm getting ahead on you, but you learn that Lloyd was her trainer.
Yeah.
I
she
can't
first-
remember if we knew that.
Yeah,
or not,
when she-
but-
when she- when she-
yeah,
when
that's a
she-
huge part of it.
When she
I mean, it was
showed-
a part of it.
Yeah, he literally trained her how to be
Okay.
a spy.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay.
He was the hot instructor.
In the
Yes.
end of the that makes
yes,
sense.
exactly.
Yeah.
That makes sense. He's
Yeah.
too cool for school.
Yeah.
So in the end of her first episode, she basically decides she sees real love in Lloyd's eyes, and she's like, "Okay, fine, I'll give it up." You know what I mean? I see this in you, but then she goes for this mission
Yeah.
because next time I'm coming after you, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a really sweet moment though, where she's just like, talking. She's trying to convince herself that the smile is fake.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
like, wow, what a perfectly executed fake
can't, though.
smile. ... There's a little bit of a pause, and she's like, with that little bit of truth squeaking through, and she's just devastated by it. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I hate this bitch. Don't fuck up this family, but also, I'm sad for you right now.
I knew she had no chance against the family.
I
Let me
know,
tell you that
but
much.
Yeah.
why did I care about her?
I don't know. I don't
You
think
know
I
what
did.
you know what it is? It's because she's just so desperate for his affection. It's that unrequited love
Yeah.
thing going on, right? And we've all kind of been there at one point, and so we kind of, I guess, relate to that.
Yeah.
And you also get her inner monologue at a few moments as
Yeah.
well, and you see that she's not necessarily this cold, hardened exterior.
Yeah.
That she's like in her head just ski, 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 because she loves him so much, and she just repeats it over and over, But on the outside, she's just standing there sullen, saying
Yeah.
nothing.
yeah.
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 So like, there's some endearing qualities to her in a weird way. For
sure.
That's so good.
By the way, ski is "I love you" in Japanese.
Okay.
yeah. Yeah, that's right. He doesn't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, you just thought I said ski a bunch of times.
I was like, did I miss an episode where they go skiing? Because there was an episode where they played tennis.
Yes.
yeah, I loved that episode.
That was a good one. That's
didn't
up
care
there.
for that either, to be
That's up
honest, yeah.
there.
No,
I don't
dude,
care.
that episode was straight up a like Studio Trigger wet dream
Yeah.
episode, dude. When Homeboy busts out the fucking motor jet powered racket,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is Kill la Kill.
Yeah.
I think I was just annoyed that they were doing this.
Oh,
In
dude,
the
I-
show.
And then they
So
had
funny, man.
snipers fucking shooting rubber bullets at them. The floor going like in and out.
So
and, like,
by the end of the match, they're doing the most ridiculous flipping, spinning through the air,
Yeah.
like fucking Attack on Titan level acrobatics, right?
Yeah.
And I was just fucking dying because at the very beginning of the tennis tournament, that's where it's going to end up.
Yes.
Yeah.
But how are we going to get there? And they just incrementally
Yeah.
make them work towards it until by the end you're just like, oh, I'm watching fucking Kill la Kill right now.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it feels like by the end of that tennis match.
Yeah. And I also really appreciated when they had to go up against those two guys that like juiced up and they were just jacked.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the Bollock brothers.
Yeah, the Bollock brothers.
Wow.
The Anabolic
Yeah,
brothers.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't get it was just assumed because it's like, like you're roided up, right? Like you know
Yeah.
you're gonna get beat.
Yeah.
Right? But so it was just fucking
I loved the names in that tournament too. They were the phonies.
Yeah. Come on.
Yeah.
Give me a break.
It killed me, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seemed very much. That whole episode seemed very much like a parody of another genre. Right?
A sports anime parody,
Yeah.
but like also, a parody of a bunch of things, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rocket powered fucking tennis racket. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
come on.
The whip one the girl had.
Yeah.
I was dying, dude. I'm like, this is anime.
I
Yeah.
think we like different things in anime.
I guess.
Yeah, we definitely do.
That was a really fun episode for me.
I like that in a show where that's what's happening. In a show where
yeah.
I'm already kind of checked out, I'm like, I don't care that you're doing this.
Yeah, see, this is, I think, because your lane, really, Jordy, it is slice of life.
No, it's
Sometimes.
not. When?
Well,
When does he like slice of
If
life?
it's
Well, a lot
magical
of, like-
realism slice of life,
Yeah, magical realism, slice of life, like all those.
How is
kind
that
of stuff.
slice of life?
I don't know, like a Your Name, like I don't know, is that not a bit of a slice of life?
It has slice of life elements, but that's not a genre I would give to Your Name. Your Name is a romance.
Yeah, that's my
A
lane.
supernatural
That's my lane.
romance.
Is romance?
With a supernatural
Supernatural
element, with a
romance.
gentle supernatural twist.
Slice of Life is Dragon Maid. Slice
Yeah.
of Life is the
Oh, yeah, no.
the downplayed episodes of this. It is
Yeah.
it is going to the fucking store and something happening when you're at the store.
Yeah, actually, I hate that.
See, that's what I thought he'd really like. I don't know. It's been a fucking year in, and
No.
like I kept thinking you
Not
like
for
slice
me.
of life.
I like a good plot and good characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay, so anyway, I retract any previous.
Well, it just jarred me when you said that because I'm like, I feel like we've tried to show him Slice of Life and he hates it almost
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
Well, I guess because of those movies and shows, there's elements of slice of life that he really likes,
yes,
right? And
you're right.
and so I figured he would have liked this, but because this is slice of life with more anime elements that
It's
are
a
like
slice of life comedy.
comedy
Yeah.
and whatnot.
Like if Your
Yeah.
Name was just them going out for fluffy pancakes and
Without the time travel
with
twist.
and exactly and like this.
Yeah, it's not as good.
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not nearly as
Then
good.
it's- but that would
I'm
be more
bored,
slice
probably.
of
I'm
life.
bored. I'm
Yeah.
bored.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's get
okay.
to the closing scenes of this show. The
Oh, what
last
I want to
episode.
say real quick before we get back into the plot,
Yeah,
just
go,
a
go, go.
small thing
Sure.
that was just really fucking cute. But like, Anya has this tendency when her dad walks in the door, where she'll like look over and she'll be like, "Hi, Papa, bleep 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 blah blah blue," and she'll just fucking say nothing. Literally in the fucking subtitles, it's just gibberish. But he'll walk in, she'll be like, "Hi, Papa," and then just fucking she says no words. And you can even hear like when you listen to it in Japanese that it even sounds like gibberish in Japanese. I
Yeah.
don't speak the language and I can tell she's saying nothing.
Yeah.
And then even in the fucking in the subtitles, it's just like bleep blop blue blue.
Yeah.
But that's how she greets her dad.
It's
Like
fucking so silly.
she thinks she's a
so-
fucking like 40-year-old man. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But she
So good.
has nothing to say.
Well, she thinks she's a spy. She's part
Yeah.
of the team.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
secret code as far as she's concerned.
Kills me, dude.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's that whole episode of her
With the
making
secret
a secret
code.
code.
That was a funny
That
episode.
was a good
So
one.
good. Yeah. And she fucks up Fuzzhead with her secret code.
Yeah.
Dude.
Oh man. Yeah.
Because he thinks he's getting some action. He thinks he's getting a date.
I couldn't fucking believe my mind that was the direction that episode took. And it has Fuzzman on the bridge with the flowers and Anya's sleeping through her fucking alarm.
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah. Oh, so
Perfect,
good.
man.
Yeah.
That's slice of life, man.
Yeah.
That's a slice of life because that is just a day in Anya's life where
Sure.
she does basically fucking nothing.
And honestly, it makes me go, ha. And that's it. And that's what it gets out of me.
Yeah, slice of life's
Oh,
not
no.
for you, dude.
Yeah,
I don't
slice of
think
life
so.
is not for you.
It doesn't make me laugh the way you're saying it made you laugh.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
I know. Mikey and I are just sitting there just like, yeah.
Yeah. That being said, like comedy, the comedy elements of this show were reminding me a lot of like Asobi Asobase.
Yeah. The
Which,
faces.
which made me laugh
Yep.
a lot of times.
Yep.
But this is not just comedy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If it was just comedy, it probably would have got me more.
I
It's
see
the
what you're
slice of
saying.
life that detracts from me. So you're right. Slice of life's not for me. Anyways, the end of the show. We're at the social event. They call it the first contact. So Anya is fucking up so bad at school. Her last option is to befriend the kid, which was also her first option. And Becky thinks she likes him, so they go shopping. But like rich people do, she rents out the whole mall for them to go shopping.
Yeah.
She buys the cute little sheep, which is
course.
against the rules.
Yeah.
But they do it anyway. Anyways, Loid then infiltrates the event, of course, and fully ends up confronting the kid's dad by apologizing to the kid on behalf of Anya. So after a year of convincing Anya to apologize to this kid and not getting it out of her, he's just like, well, I guess I'll do it. He walks up, apologizes to the kid. He's talking his ass off. He's playing a game, you know, the right words to say to this kid.
Which is not easy because this guy is giving him fucking nothing.
nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, because this guy's giving nobody nothing.
But the other thing though is that you really need to point out though is Anya did convince Damien to go and actually meet his dad because he wasn't going to if Anya didn't taunt him and say you're afraid because otherwise Loid would have had to try to figure something else out, right? So Anya was kind of the unsung hero in this.
I'll believe that.
Yeah.
She is a lot of the time, I think.
She plays a part, man. She's involved in the mission. She really is.
She's giving it her all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyways, the dad ends up walking up in the middle of this massive apology. And he ends up starting apologizing to the dad. And again, he's just playing this game of words, trying to think of the exact right thing to say that doesn't give away his position, that gets him in without being too weird. But he's also really hard pushing the I'd really love to come to your house and apologize to your family in person. And the guy's like, that won't be necessary. And he's like, no, I'd really like to come to your house and apologize to you in person. He's like, no,
it's
don't
okay.
necessary. Yeah, don't worry about it.
And he's like, fuck, okay, I better not be too persistent.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And as he's walking away, he apologizes one more time to Damien, who loses his shit on him, and basically, like we said before, calls him a low class piece of shit, basically. And that's where he gives the I'll try harder to elevate my family's class. And I'm like, wow, what a piece of shit this kid is.
Literally.
Yeah. And apparently I don't know what it is, but he gets some intel out of this conversation. Do you know what it is? Because after the conversation, he's like, I got to go home and take my intel back to the boss, who, by the way, is Carmen Sandiego.
Yo! Oh my god! Holy shit!
Yeah.
I did not make that fucking connection.
My actual guess, you're talking about the handler. They always talk about.
The handler.
Yeah.
By the way, really funny moment with the handler earlier on in the season.
Yeah.
After the tennis match when they win the art from the collection.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And they're just like, so what did you end up actually taking? She's like, just some ugly sculptures and these super unfashionable rings. And they're just like, maybe we'll give them to the handler if there's a gift or something. The very next scene and every scene after that, the handler's got the rings on.
That's so funny. I didn't even catch that.
But anyways, my theory, the handler's Anya's birth mom.
Interesting. Weird theory.
I mean, I can see where you're coming from because there was a moment when Anya and the handler were talking, and
they have a moment earlier in the season
with the dog.
With the dog, right? Saying that
right.
I had a kid that around your age, and I lost.
She's got vaguely pinkish hair and green eyes. Or blue eyes, sorry. Blue eyes. Which give green.
All right.
Interesting. That's an
I think
interesting theory.
if that's the case, I don't think this is the show that's going to go there.
It would be very
I could be
interesting.
wrong.
You don't think one of the biggest plot points they could introduce is Anya's birth parents coming for her?
This show's not giving big plot points.
Not yet.
Not yet. I mean,
a whole season, we haven't had one. What makes you think they're going to give you one?
What show has ever really gotten going after one season, dude?
Dude, a lot of shows.
Very few shows,
A
man.
lot of shows get their hooks in the first season.
They try.
This show gave you a dog.
No, this show. Okay, so
That was its big hook.
Well, but what's wrong with a slow burn?
Huh?
What's wrong with a slow burn?
What this
It's
show,
boring.
what this show gave you was the establishing of a family.
Yeah.
For them to now face
But yeah.
altercations as a family as they move forward. One of the chief in which would be the fact that Anya is not their child. It's one of the
Fair.
most obvious plot points I could possibly think of for this show, dude.
I just don't think they're going there. I just think they're going to
think that's insane.
I think they're going to keep being these three people going after some spy they're never going to catch. Or they will catch and then on to the next.
Whatever you need to tell yourself so that you don't have to keep watching this show, dude.
Well, I know I have to keep watching this show because you fucking idiots hate me.
Well, we don't hate. Okay, yeah.
I know you do. Jay likes me a little.
No, because this is a very important show that we are going to have to definitely watch the movie, and we're going to definitely have to watch the next season.
I honestly don't see how this show is so important. I know people like it, but it's not groundbreaking in any way, shape, or form.
No, it's not meant to be groundbreaking, but it's just meant to be so heartwarming and endearing that it's just really lovable and with characters that are super hot.
There it is again.
No, you know what, though, dude? With a show like this, all they have to do is make something that's really enjoyable to watch.
Yes.
For the average viewer. They're not trying to break ground. They're not trying to break streaming records or really revolutionize anime. That is definitely not the point of the show. You want that? You go watch fucking Chainsaw Man.
Yeah.
You go watch the big ones that are out there pushing the limits.
Yeah.
This is very safe down the middle anime.
Yeah.
Within the genres that it plays in, it's very down the middle.
Yeah.
But it's just so fucking successful at what it's trying to do
For sure.
Yes.
that you can't discount it. And you you can't discount the impact that it's currently having globally, man.
Yeah,
That's
that's
fair.
exactly
I do
it
see
too.
it fucking everywhere.
That's what I mean, man. There are tens of thousands of people who derive a ton of joy out of checking in with this show
Yeah.
for 20 minutes at a time.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I haven't been able to find that joy, but
Don't condescend to me, you piece of shit.
but it very much seems as though you're in the minority with this.
I'm okay
thing,
with
man.
being in the minority. I prefer it there, to be honest with you.
But
I'm just letting you know that.
Yeah.
So that you don't think for even 1 second you're in the majority.
I don't think that
I don't
I'm in the
want you to
majority.
have that comfort or that joy.
Yeah.
Wow. Now I know you both hate me. Now I see that you both hate me.
I couldn't help it, dude. I couldn't help it. It's
So
too
good.
easy.
Yeah, but yeah, it's meant to be a comfort anime. At
Totally,
the end of the day,
sure.
Like
comfort
Dragon Maid, like Card Captor.
Yeah.
You know, like all of those just put a smile on your face, make you feel warm, make you giggle.
All of my lowest rated shows from all of last
That's what
year.
I mean, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Well, that's it.
You want to know my score then?
Yeah, so what's your score?
You do? You're really excited about it.
I'm excited because I want to see how mad Mikey's about to get.
I gave it a
excited.
5 out of 10.
Wow.
A lot of those points are just for Anya, who I appreciate deeply as a character.
Yeah.
I'm just not the demographic for a show like this.
Yeah,
to me, it
would-
feels like a show with little substance, little character development, almost no plot beyond the main concept.
Yeah, with the
And I
amount
need
of
all those
debating
things.
that we've done over this episode, I'm not surprised that you gave it a 5. To be honest with you, I was gonna get mad, but I'm this is one of those moments where
You're turning
I'm
over a new leaf.
Mikey's taking the high road, baby.
Taking the high road. Because even though I know you're a piece of shit,
High road, Mikey. High road. You were on the high road.
I was on the high road. I was on.
Now
the high
you're on
road.
the low road.
I'll take whatever fucking road I want, bitch.
Wow.
Wow. Low.
The
low
lowest
road.
of roads. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry.
all right, you're
good. But no, this one I'm going to accept it. I'm going to move on. We are going to ask Jay what your ratings are so that I can continue.
I give this a 9.5.
A 9.5. Holy
blows my mind.
shit! I didn't think you were gonna like it that much.
I didn't think so either.
Yeah, because you said that you had some issues at the
Did I?
beginning. Yeah, I thought you did, didn't he?
I remember.
Fuck, I don't remember.
No, I've only given this compliments. Well, Loid is a bit of a shithead.
Yeah, that was the one.
But
yeah.
that's part of his journey. I'm
Yeah.
giving him that.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean? I don't think he's always going to be that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I can't deny he's a bit of a shithead. But it didn't affect my enjoyment. I'm just like,
Yeah.
I'm here for the ride.
Yeah.
For what this show is, which, like we said, is a cute, fun, light slice of life with some, quirky action thrown in there. For what this show is, it's perfect.
And it's the type of show
It's-
that you love.
Yeah, this
Absolutely.
is definitely your lane. But
100%, dude.
You loving Kobayashi so much, like this is your lane. I see that. I see
So
that.
for what it is, it executes it perfectly. I can't fault this show almost at all. Like for what it's trying to do. The
Yeah.
premise that they've set up, they are
Yeah.
fucking nailing it.
And I agree with
Yeah,
what you
the
just
premise
said
is just
there.
not for you.
It's just not for me.
Yeah.
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 See, I give it a 9.
Okay.
Yes, because it definitely has my waifu.
I wonder
And
how much of those 9 points comes from your.
Actually, about half of them, because I really do love Anya. Anya's a lot, like fucking awesome.
She is.
Yeah.
She's the best.
And it only loses that one big half a point because we don't give 10s.
You gave it a 9 though.
I gave it a 9 because
so-
it's not like a perfect score by any means.
So you said half a point lost for.
Because the other half is just because he doesn't give tens.
No. If I was to give, I would give like a 9.9. It would be my highest, but it doesn't get the extra 0.5 that I normally would give something that I really really love because the slice of life isn't exactly my lane. Right, because I do love more fucked up shit.
Hey, truer words have never been spoken about you, my dude.
That's so true.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So, but I do really enjoy Slice of Life, so it gets a 9 because it is really fun to watch and really comforting, and like it's definitely one that I could just put on any episode and I'd be like, oh, this is nice to have on right now.
True,
yeah, dude.
truly. I could literally just pluck an episode and be like, put it on. Fuck yeah, let's do
Yeah,
it.
like
I
from
love
here
it.
on, it would be great to like if I'm working on something, I put it in the background, and I know exactly what's going to happen, and you can hear Anya's voice just giving me comfort.
Yeah.
All right.
Episode 5, by far the best episode of the whole show.
Is that the castle?
Yeah,
I
that's
love.
the one.
I did
Yeah.
like that episode. A lot.
I've watched that episode probably 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
Could watch it another 10 and just like love every second of it. dude.
Yeah, it was funny.
Perfect.
Also, the anticipation of fucking Yor going berserk. like when I'm gonna get it, it's so nice.
You're edging.
Shit. Yeah, I've never felt so called out.
Spy X edging.
Yeah. Spy XXX family.
Spy XXX edging.
Yeah. Well, anyways, guys, thanks for watching.
We did it.
So, just before we end off,
Next episode.
next episode, because we are doing Princess Mononoke.
Pimo.
Because this month is Miyazaki's birth month. I think his birthday was like last week or something like that, or this week maybe.
When's his actual birthday? Let me look it up.
Yeah, don't lie to the people.
Yeah, but I think it's on the 5th. But
Yeah, January 5th.
Oh, bam! Look at that.
Respect.
I'm a weeb. But yeah, so in honor of Miyazaki, the next few episodes we're actually doing is going to be Princess Mononoke and then Grave of the Fireflies, because we are masochists.
Arguably his best.
Cool. We're gonna get into
We'll
that.
talk about it.
We'll talk about it.
I think we have talked about it.
Probably a little bit.
We'll talk
We
about it
did
again.
Spirited Away.
Yeah.
We did Spirited Away already.
That's
but,
what I would probably say is his best.
But-
that and Mononoke. But
Yeah,
yeah.
but we are in honor of him. Those next 2 episodes are gonna be Princess Mononoke. The week after that, Grave of the Fireflies.
Yeah, buddy.
All right,
Hell yeah.
Jordy, where can people find you?
At reaching in. Don't come at me about this show. Although if you do, I'll chat with you about it.
How about you, Shay?
At hanger.91 on Instagram and hanger91.bigcartel.com.
And please go check out Never Not Kittens. They are a nonprofit kitten rescue. We love kittens. And yeah, you guys can find me on Discord, on TikTok, and on Instagram. But the Instagram is Korean Barbecue 86. Everywhere else, Shmanime Pod. Come hang out.
What's up?
Borf. Borfer.
Not doing it.
What? Dude, how come I can do one?
No. I'm good.
Hey, Jordy.
I can see your future, bitch.
Wow.
Borfer.
Is that what Borf means?
Yeah. Okay,
Okay,
bye,
bye.
guys.
Borf.